we were supposed to have actually started proceedings, or I'm a member of the committee, so I was really there at the pre-sitting. We were supposed to start at 9 a.m. But we were informed by the chairman that the ranking member, that is the minority leader, Honorable Afenyo Markin, has said that he was having a meeting, and so he can only be available at 10 a.m. So if we could all get to the vetting room by 9:45, so that when we settle down by 10, we will start. We all were here, all we members of the vetting committee. Unfortunately, by 10, they were not, none of the minority members were here, including he, the minority leader, who had given the time as 10. So the chairman pushed the time ahead to 10, about 10:23, 25, thereabouts. And we started. However, unfortunately, just as we started, they came in. And what I saw was a straightforward attack without any provocation on the clerk to the committee. That is the lady by name Gifty Jage. And all
attacked by whom?
By the minority leader, Honorable Afenyo Markin. In fact, I couldn't contain myself, because as a woman and knowing very well that at least there was no provocation, I wasn't comfortable. But it continued for a while, so I had to stand up, because that was when they said, and coming from the minority chief whip, that the vetting will not be done that day. So I stood up and I said, why will the vetting not be done? Because most of those whom I was facing actually were not members of the committee. They had only, I think, come in as observers or subject matter members. So why would we not have the vetting?
You said members that you were facing.
Yes, most of them.
Most of them were not members.
Yes, they were not members of the vetting committee.
Were they from both sides of the house?
No, those I was facing, they were not from both sides, because I sat to the left just as I am sitting now, while they were on my right side as I am sitting now.
When you say
most of them, the minority.
Okay.
And we, the majority, on my left side as I am sitting now. So persons like Honorable Befi, one of those who was suspended, Alaji, forgotten his name. He's from the north, but his name has skipped my mind. I think they were actually facing me, including the deputy minority whip and some others. They were all seated when the order came. And I walked up. I said, you are saying you are tired. In fact, that's why you could see me using my hands. If you say you are tired, it's not a problem. What you should do is to leave, so that we, those who are not tired, if we form a quorum, then we go on with the vetting. But you don't come into the middle of the vetting when someone is even seated and you say we shouldn't. I don't think that is fair. So you would have heard one of them, and that is precisely the minority chief whip, saying that they won't go, they won't leave, they will disrupt. And I said, no, you don't need to disrupt. You don't need to disrupt. You simply have to go. If you are tired, even in the chamber, it is that when you are tired, you leave, and those who are there, once this is a committee, if you have a quorum, we continue. Then the chairman gave an order to the clerk, who had already administered the oath on the nominee. So when he gave the order, because of the scaring of the attack on her, she refused. She couldn't get up. So I was encouraging her. That is why you would have seen that I turned and I was telling her, get up, give the, you are supposed to listen to the chairman and not to any other person. So administer the oath. Why are you sitting down? Stand up and administer the oath. You are supposed to listen to the chairman and not any other person. Then the swearing, the English would call that one swearing. I mean, use of unsavory words and all those things started. You are an NDC. You will see who will deal with you if you are a whole host of words. So I stood up. I said, no, you can't go that way. You can. What is the problem of this lady? Please, you people should stop this. Now, I was also trying as much as I can to let the leader understand that as a leader, in fact, I made that statement to him. It's just that maybe my voice was not loud enough. I made that statement to him. I said, as a leader, you are not supposed to go that way. Don't be attacking the lady. Well, I've not seen what the lady has done. Please, can you stop that as a leader? Leader, please. So those who have been observing me when I sat back, you will see I was looking at his direction. But it wouldn't end. Now the order had come, and we all had to stand again, because while we were seated, they decided, and the first person to lift a chair after giving an order that they should call in their people was the minority chief whip. So when he gave the order that they should call in their people, one thing we should note is that this Jerry had also come in to where the nominee was, and was saying that he will not be vetted. So the other crowd behind the nominee also stood up against him. Now when they stood up and he was the only one here, he moved back, but unfortunately the minority leader, the minority whip, had already lifted the chair and put it on the table, and Honorable Befi also lifted the second chair and put it on the table. Then they started pulling. When the order came from the minority chief whip, Muntutu cables no, Munyi table, Muntutu cables no, Munyi your friend saying tables no, and so on and so forth. So they started pulling. But because we were at the other side and the table is divided as you have seen, we held on to our tables and we were seated. Now, by what order or by what dint, and once that action was taking place, I don't know, Aziz now passed behind and came to the middle and helped in pushing the tables away.
Who is Aziz?
Jerry.
Okay.
And
you mean Honorable Jerry there?
Honorable Jerry.
Second Deputy Minority Whip.
Minority, not Jerry John Rawlins. So they started lifting the tables. While they were lifting the tables, the second table from your place was being taken care of by some other members of Goodwill who said that they shouldn't destroy government property. They shouldn't destroy public property. So they were holding on, while the marshals at the back also were trying as much as they can.
Will you be kind enough to tell this committee who were those members who requested
the names? The names, Mr. Chairman, they are new members. I think Jackie, is it? Gakwe was one of them. There's another young man, he came in yesterday, but he's a new face.
Okay, Honorable Kofi Ntekunu.
Yes, he was also there. They were those who were trying as much as they can to stop the disruption. But with the help of Honorable Jerry in the middle, they lifted.
Honorable colleague, do you want to look at the video again, or you are okay?
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
So, in that light, I said, look, what you people are doing is not the best. It's not right. It's not good at all. So at the end of the day, well, what really happened was an eyesore. While some of the officers, I think the police officers, were trying with the marshals to pull the speakers back, they were also pulling out, leading to the destruction or the spoiling of the speakers that you saw there. And because they lifted the table, and I think something along the line, because I was not really at that place, might have of one of that table, the very first one where you are sitting, was broken. So the police and others, as you could see here, actually had no option than to help in carrying the table out. So I think that it was a very bad sin. It was not something good for us. And sometimes we need to be conscious and careful of the fact that although we are here as MPs, we owe it to the people of Ghana, especially our constituents. And I will use this, your medium, to urge each and every one that we should be very careful in dealing with those that we are working with who are not members of parliament, especially the women, the police, the marshal's office. They respect us a lot, they fear. So sometimes some of the things, they are not, I mean, it's out of respect, not fear. If I say fear, it's just lack of a better word. So we need to know that sometimes they are not able to react as we think. I am saying this because someone can say that, but what were the marshals doing? Meanwhile, the chamber too was sitting. So they were
we'll get to the marshal.
So I am just using the
Thank you so much for narrating what you saw on that day. Colleagues, do you have any question for the honorable witness?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. Haja, you watched the video and you saw what happened. You have also given us an account by yourself. Now, we saw you stand up, and from the account that you have given, would you say that you did not participate in the scaffold at all?
Thank you, Chairman. I will say I did not participate in the scaffold at all because you could easily hear what I was saying. And if you are a leader, the best thing is to remind others about what to do if you think that you are not happy or comfortable or ready to work. And so that was what I was doing.
Thank you. I'm okay with that answer, the second one. And so, were you disappointed with the scaffold which was going on?
I was actually disappointed because where it started from, that is from the minority leader, Honorable Afenyo Markin, followed by the minority chief whip. It was not the best. They are the leaders of that that group, and they are those who are supposed to urge their persons to be patient. But it started all from them. And once the leader starts, the others are compelled many a times to follow what the leader was doing. So I wasn't happy at all.
Okay, that will be all for now.
The Honorable Zaneto.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable colleague, there was one person you mentioned that was saying that they should not destroy the property, the public property. You couldn't remember the name of the person, but if we showed you a picture, would you be able to identify the person, just for the avoidance of doubt?
Yes, I hope so.
Mr. Chairman, could the clerk possibly show a photo of the specific name you mentioned so she can confirm whether that's who she's referring to? The name that Honorable Chair mentioned was Emmanuel Intekuni. So if you find the picture, can you find out from the Honorable Member whether she recognizes the person? Is it Bono East? Bono East. No. It's Pru West. I'm sorry. Intekuni is, yeah, but specific constituency.
Can you confirm whether that's the gentleman?
Yes, he is. Thank you, Chairman. He is, because yesterday he was here and you spoke to him.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be inviting him again because we also saw him, pulling the chair back or pushing the chair back. So he will be here again tomorrow to come.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any other question?
Yeah,
Honorable Zaneto. Or Honorable. Okay. Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to find out the nominee who was in the chair by then, when the incident happened.
Honorable Akando was the one in the chair.
So when it happened, the oath had not been administered yet, or?
No, Mr. Chairman, the chairman of the committee had just said that the oaths will be administered when the minority leader came in and the incident started. So the oath had not yet been administered. So that led to my getting up and telling the lady that she had been told to administer the oath by the chairman. And she has to listen to the chairman, not to what the ranking was saying, because she's supposed to listen to the chairman. So you could see I turned and I was looking here and telling her she should administer the oath.
So, security, on that very day, would you recommend that we need to improve upon security, especially Parliament here?
It is very important to improve on security, but suffice me to say, we need to be conscious ourselves. We have to be our own security. And just as I have mentioned, even if you bring, excuse my language, the most conscious police officers and what have you here, and we do not support them to keep up security, it wouldn't work, because at the end of the day, that respect that they accord us, they may not be. Otherwise, the police officers who were here were many. The second form by which we can, I would say, improve on our security is reducing the number of persons who will come in. Now, the third, I will say, is that those who come in here, if the committee members are 11, they should be 11, while the subject matter members, 2 each, that is 4, making it 5, should be the only ones. So that when there is an incident, nobody is taken as an outsider or having come here to cause a problem. But last but not the least is that leaders of both sides, minority and majority, should try as much as we can to hold ourselves to the fact that once you are leading, you don't encourage mayhem or problems. If we do it that way, then it will help us.
Honorable Hajia Laadi Ayii Ayamba. We thank you for attending upon this committee. You are honorably discharged. And if you have any question again, we'll call upon you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman, for having me. I'm grateful.